Okay, we should be live. Let me go ahead and get the stream set up, make it public. Okay, stream should be public, stream should be live, everything should be set. Now comes the fun part. Good old pre-stream prep. And let's see, we're gonna go ahead and make sure I have live chat on instead of just top chat. We're gonna go ahead and share the link to the stream in the Discord server. Gotta always be doing that. Okay, there we go. Yo, you in chat, how are you doing tonight? I'm here to farm the early XP gains, in case you need to hit 1k again. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. It's been a pretty solid day. I've got a good old mug root beer. It's a good time. I've got a lot of ideas for this build as well. Personally, I'm good. Glad to hear it, Yeet. How come you're doing so good? Not in a bad way, but... like, is it just a good day, or anything good happening? Yo, Chess in chat, how are you doing? I played a bit of Skyblock today. Same. I did a lot of fishing. No, root beer. You gotta love root beer. Good meme, good drink. Good time. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the stream up on my phone, as always, and then we can start in just a second. When I get home tomorrow, my prairie pumpkin is in season, because I want to farm. Fair enough. Fair enough. What, the waypoint mod? Yeah, okay, so, I have a very specific reason for adding that. Very specific reason. It was not in this mod before, or in this mod pack before, but I looked something up and I think it is going to be beneficial to have. Basically, as I've been saying, I intend on building more than just this escape room in this world. That's my goal. Because then, you know, it's just going to be a room, or a world filled with escape rooms. It's going to be a pretty cool concept, frankly. But then came the issue of the redstone links. These things, at first, I thought they had infinite range. They do not. They have a range of, I believe it said 256 blocks by default. And so the waypoint mod will basically help me to know where is a safe distance away from a build to be able to build another build. Like build a new escape room and use redstone links and not risk things, whatchamacallit, and not risk things messing each other up. The other benefit is that, as I said, I intend on having some possibility of the player dying. And I do think that it would be a good choice to have a way for them to teleport back. Seems pretty beneficial. Combos, do I hear a cookie clicker reference? Nah, you don't. Okay, so let me go ahead and catch you guys up on what you missed. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I forget when you guys had to bail, but yeah, we got the kitchen done. I know you guys were there for that. But we got the staircase decorated. And as of right now, this is how dark I want it to stay. It's not going to have much more lighting than this. You know, I'm actually going to retire from the #1 spot today. No! You gotta lock in, yeet. But yeah. This is gonna be the staircase room. As of now, I might still change a few things. I might add some form of dim lighting, but I want it to be as dark as possible. And then maybe have some lights once you get up to the attic, but not until then, really. And yeah, we're doing the black stone tiles and the cracked brick stairs, or the cracked dusk bricks. Yeah, thought it said dust for a second. That looks like that one skyblock building with the spider cage. Kind of. It's not inspired by that, but it is meant to just kind of take you off guard, you know? Who cracked the bricks? Don't ask questions that you're not ready to have answered. And then yeah, we got this room, set, or at least started. We've got a nice little, like, another spidery area, then you kind of see that the ladders are right there. And then, I forget if you guys were here when I figured this part out. I think you guys may have just started leaving, but let me show you real quick what ends up happening. So I'm gonna move this, and so say you're walking through, you go, and suddenly you see something behind you, and just this entire thing just kind of drops behind you. I don't know why there's nothing there. That's not supposed to be that way. But yeah, so basically, this just kind of pushes you to do some parkour to get to the next area and get down. And then, this also kind of functions as, like, the general idea for the lore of this would be that it's just the roof pretty much falling in on you. So yeah. Let's go ahead and break my way out. That's why there was the block on top of the trap, or the pressure plate. Can't be risking setting that off accidentally. But yeah. And then I set up a mechanism at the end of last night's stream that basically will... Let's see, Blaze, what song should I listen to tonight? I think you definitely need to do some more Green Day, that's for sure. Maybe some good old Holiday. Pretty solid one. But yeah, I set up some redstone down here, where basically, once you do the kitchen challenge and it starts to open those doors, instead, it's going to do a quick, toggle type of thing. Let's see, anything specific? Holiday. Something I probably haven't heard before. Okay, let's see. Wonderwall. You definitely haven't heard that before. But yeah, so basically, powers this, does a quick toggle to the, or a quick pulse to the redstone link, and then it goes around and it does another one like 4 seconds later that basically will slam the door behind you. So yeah. That's kind of where we left off at. I didn't actually finish that redstone down there last night, but I almost finished it, and then I pretty much gave up because I didn't have time. You're getting slimed out? Nah. Okay, now, to decide what to start with. Because that's the real question. As of right now, I think the best thing to start with would be making the roof, or doing some outside decoration, but I think I'm going to do decoration on the outside last, and then we can have windows and stuff. But yeah, I think the roof, as much as I don't really want to do it yet, is probably going to be my best bet. So, let me get some reference images up again. And let's see. Okay, so it seems I've got two good options upon looking at reference images for the main aspect of the roof. I could do that kind of roof where you kind of like, it's really steep and then it goes kind of flat, or I could just do the normal roof. What do y'all think? Should I do normal roof or fancy roof? Here, wait, let me give an actual demonstration of what I mean. Copycat stairs. Okay, so basically, option 1, classic stairs on stairs. It's classic, it's amazing. Option 2, and then it basically just, like, ends here. A lot of time when people do it in Minecraft, they'll even do, like, anvils around. But I don't think I'd really be doing that aspect. But yeah, what do y'all think between these two options for the roof? I'm kind of thinking this fancier option, honestly. I feel like it'll be more to scale. Because, yeah, I don't think I could really build the normal stair one and have it look like it fits the size of this building. You know? So, yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna go. The one with the anvil for the win. I'm glad you agree, Chess. You have double coat Tim Tams. I'm jealous. Make the roof Grand Cathedral-ish. Let's see. I feel like that's a very broad concept. Cooked potato batter. That design without anvils. Yeah, that's what I was saying, was that a lot of times when people do it in Minecraft, they do it with anvils, but I wasn't going to. Because, yeah, from what I'm seeing, especially with the modded options that I have, it would probably be better to just do maybe, like, either nothing and just have it be flat, or maybe, like, I don't know. We'll see when we get to it, but I do definitely think that's the way to go. Maybe you could find a use for grindstones. Well, grindstones are slippery. I don't know why it's not showing it with, Okay, yeah, I don't know why it's not showing it. That's kind of lame. Oh, wait. I need... How have I gone this long without putting on engineer's goggles? Yeah, they're very slippery. It doesn't mean much of anything. Post mod pack in your server. I will when I share the world. But yeah, as I was saying, they're technically slippery, which means absolutely nothing for this. But that is kind of fun for the fact that you can just go... here, wait, let me... And then, yeah, it just slides around. It was a bit of a waste of time, but I had to demonstrate that, you know? But yeah, so I think... Let me... Blaze, I'm curious, what is your haircut? Depends on the year. I go with a very, This is gonna sound weird until I explain it. A very dog-like mindset for how I get my hair cut. Basically just let it go until it's way too long and then just cut like almost all of it off. Start again. Um, right now, kind of longer hair. But not the longest hair I've had, that's for sure. That physics thingy is so amazing, it really is. No, I do that too, I can't lie. Exactly. I mean, not exactly like I knew that, but it's just so convenient, you know? Okay, a lot of the pictures I'm seeing are also incorporating like a white trim to the roof, which I think might be helpful for what I'm gonna do. Um, let's see. I cut it like 4 months ago, it's a mullet right now. Uh, you know? Fair enough. Okay, wait. I want to center this, and I want to have, like... Okay, yeah, that's centered with an odd center. That is pretty perfect. Okay, I want to have this go up several blocks higher before the roof even starts. I think, like, right there is probably good. And then maybe another block or two for most of the rest of the roof. Or most of the rest of the walls, I should say. I could world edit this, but I don't really care to, I'm gonna be honest. This building has been shaped enough that it wouldn't really change much. Like, I'd still have to do the command, like, 10 times. But yeah, mine... Not quite at the mullet stage, that's for sure, but... Definitely gonna need a haircut again relatively soon, especially with the fact that it's getting summer. Okay, I'm not even being competitive, I'm already 500 XP. Sounds about right. Okay, it looks like... Where was the previous example I was looking at? There it is. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna look at any more examples for right now. We're just gonna go for it. You know? I am thinking I might... Let's see. Okay, wait. I'm gonna... Why am I always getting stacked with XP? It's not even fun anymore. Yeah, that's the thing. We need to just get more competition. Okay, so here's the question. And I'm looking for y'all's opinion on this. For starting the roof, do we want to do it like this, going in a bit first, with the brick stairs? I think either way I'm going to have it go in a bit first. Or do we think cyan terracotta stairs? I'm going to do the same thing on both sides so we can all see the difference. What do y'all think? Personally, I think the brick stairs might be the play, especially if I switch them to maybe like a quartz brick. Because once again, I think like a white trim seems to be whichever one looks better. You make a great point. Let's get quartz bricks. Or I just... Let's see. I don't want white concrete, actually, now that I think about it. Blaze lock in, get subscribers, that's the goal, man. Okay. Quartz bricks are not great looking on the stair front. Let's see if there's any good stairs that are that kind of color. Because yeah, I could do quartz stairs. Calcite stairs are a bit too cool of a color. I think quartz is a a little bit warmer of a color, so it fits a bit better. Like when my hair is not too short and not too long, but sadly that doesn't last very long. Same! White shulker box stairs. Let's see if that's even possible. I'm kinda curious now. Dang, it isn't. That's the thing with copycat blocks, is that they can only take certain items and blocks. But yeah. I think, as much as I don't really like how the texture does for the copycat quartz stairs, what do we think? The quartz bricks or the normal quartz? I'm actually leaning more towards the quartz. I'm gonna revoke the choice for that. Can it take potato? You know, I don't think it can, but what can take a potato is the potato cannon. Here, wait, where's an animal? There we go. Could it take a potato block from the Potato April Fool's update, though? You know? That's a good question. LFAIM. Nah, this thing is not accurate. Potatoes do not have much range, and they veer off to the side. However, I will admit that I'm not the best shot with that. Oh, I don't know why, but my game just lagged quite a bit. I think it just was a quick lag spike, though, so it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, I'm going with quartz stairs and cyan terracotta. I am going to grab back the copycat stairs so that I can use them for the cyan terracotta. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to go around and do something with this, that's for sure. LF Potato Launcher and Skyblock, new F7 meta. You know, that genuinely seems like the kind of thing they would add, is the best part. Okay, I think... the amount of shape on this house is kinda hurting this process. Now, the part that I really don't know what to do about yet is going to be the tower. Because once again, I do want to have this tower dedicated to being a tower. But that's not quite so easy. There we go. And also, as with everything, this is probably not going to look good to start with, but it's going to have a lot more decoration added pretty soon. I have 2.5 weeks left of school. Very nice. Make the stairs connect properly. Yeah. But yeah, so for right now, I'm just going to pretty much end this right at the start of the tower. And we're going to kind of just wait and see how the rest of it looks, and we'll go from there. I would also like to point out that I have never built a roof like this before. This is not a style that I have ever gone for. So it's probably gonna take a bit to figure out. But that's okay. We're gonna figure it out. Let's see. But yeah, how are you doing today, Chess? I completely forgot to ask. Let me go ahead and get quartz. And then, let me go ahead and get some specific things. There they are. Copycat bytes. And look, we're gonna do some fancy stuff with this. I don't know how I feel about how that looks, but that's certainly something. I'm about to do probably the most boring part of this cookie clicker combo while listening to your stream. It's time to have fun. Enjoy. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that for now. And I think the main thing is, over time, I'm gonna add a lot more shaping to the outside of this wall. Especially this front part. And most things are not gonna look good until that's done. And that's kind of unfortunate, but that's also how I went about building this house, and it's kind of too late to change that now. But we're gonna go ahead and we're going to there we go. And we're gonna go up another... Let's do 2 blocks. Yo, someone 21 in chat, how are you doing tonight? / wand. And then we're gonna go 3 blocks up for this side. Let's see. Good, what about you? I'm also doing good. We're gonna make some one might say we're making massive progress. Now, I don't know who would say that. Frankly, that's a pretty misleading term. But... is it going good? Very nice. You're almost done with Wano arc of One Piece? How far into the show is that? I don't know it by the arcs, but like... how many episodes in? But yeah, let's start a poll. Now, I appreciate your suggestion, but I have a better question. Like episode 1K. Okay, so you're basically into, the current part of a show then. That's impressive. Very nice. $1K episodes is mental. I'm more of a fan of a show that has what is it? I think 143 episodes. Right? I think that's how many Attack on Titan has. Yeah, after this, there's just the current arc. Very nice. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's get back to building. Let's see. I think this combo might get me to number 3. Very nice, Chess. Hopefully it does. I like a franchise with 831 episodes. Which one is that? Let's see. It's Dragon Ball, amazing choice. I really want to watch it at some point. It just is so many things to keep track of. And, okay, as someone who actually watched it, I'm assuming, hopefully, since you're talking about it, I have a very important question. Am I the only one who voted left? For now, it would look like it. Bear in mind, it's mostly a meme poll, so, you know, doesn't have to be entirely accurate political beliefs. But yeah, it would seem so. But yeah, so the question I was gonna ask. I've seen a lot of random clips of Dragon Ball, and of the various, like, movies of it and such. And I need to ask, what is the power scaling in that show? Because people act like Goku beats Superman, or at least goes bar for bar with him. And, you know, there's all sorts of things online debating that. But then I see a random clip on YouTube of part of a show, and it's just like Goku struggling to lift 20 pounds. And then I scroll, and the next thing is him casually lifting 10 tons on each limb. And I just need to know, like, does he just start out super weak and then get super strong, or, like, what's the... Is there power scaling? Or does he just do things, pretty much? What, isn't power scaling? What do you mean? Okay, I'm gonna take this part of the roof maybe to about here. Alright, no, we're gonna go one more block. And then we're gonna turn... from the start of Dragon Ball to the end... Oh, okay, to clarify, I'm not talking about power levels. Not what I mean. I mean, like, the internet concept of power scaling. But no, I'm not saying anything at all about actual power levels. I know the whole, my power level's over 9,000 thing. People have talked about that for ages. I'm saying people tend to always talk like it's, comparable to Superman level of power. Let's see. He's a power level of 10. Okay, fair. So yeah, in short, he just gets stronger. Yo, Phantom in chat, how are you doing today? You misclicked. You didn't mean to join the stream? How could you? Okay, wait. Okay, I've got a couple of options here if y'all want to chime in for opinions. Option 1. We do the trim right there, and we can kind of shape it a bit, and then have some sort of wall up here. Not exactly this, I'm just giving like a shaping idea right now. But something where it kind of like gets some extra depth, some extra shape, all that. Let's see. At the end, Frieza Saga, he has a power level of 150 million. Well, that's a glow up if I ever saw one. You misclicked the vote? Dang. Also, 7 people watching. Welcome to the stream if you're new. Welcome back if you're not. Let me... Because, yeah, it looks like most of the buildings that I'm looking at for the reference images tend to have, like, a bit of a overlay. Like, it kind of goes out. Not this far out, but... So I'm trying to figure out... the other option would be maybe going like this. And then we can still have some depth going into the roof. We can even potentially have more than this. Let's see, kinda dookie. Are you saying that for Cookie Clicker or for build? And then anything that happens in Dragon Ball Super is just complete guesses. Fair enough. Okay, what do we think about, like, a shape like this, but with maybe some more shaping and, like a window in the roof and stuff? Power scaling, power creep, everything like that just exists. Fair enough. But yeah, I think, as of now, I like this kind of design that I've got going. Because, yeah, as I said, a lot of the things I'm seeing tend to have kind of this overhang that I'm trying to replicate. And I feel like with the correct extra decorations added on, it could be pretty good. I could even potentially do something like this around a fair amount of this, and then just have the chords like that. Honestly, I don't like the fact that I like how that looks, because that means I'm gonna have to place a lot of those, but I do think I'm gonna come back to the idea, so I'm actually gonna leave some of those there as a reminder. There we go, that's a little reminder. And yeah, once again, I don't really build in this style of roof, so I'm kind of just doing things. I am mildly not sure what I want to do about the fact that I have no overhang for this side, really. Okay, wait, that's easy. Boom. Easy solution. Let's see. Can I at least redo my vote? Nope, all votes are final. YouTube polls are kinda weird sometimes. I don't know why it doesn't let you redo the poll, or redo the vote. Let's see, you're going to make chimneys because it would make it look more factory-like. The goal, once again, is kind of more of like an old-style house. But there is going to be a big chimney right here with a lot of smoke coming out and all that. I do definitely need to change something about this. If that's what the look you're going for is. I kind of want to mix that look in a little bit. But yeah, I'm still... I wish it would be easier to decorate more of the wall before doing the roof, but timing-wise, I just don't want to do that. But yeah, basically, my goal is... If you've ever seen people build it a lot in Minecraft, this kind of like stepped cyan terracotta roof, and then they'll generally do it with a lot of the like spruce or dark oak fences, and then anvils layering the top. And I'm not doing the anvil part because that's kind of weird. But I've never built a roof like that before, and I'm gonna do so now, and we're gonna see how it looks. The only issue is that once again, what if I just do maybe like this? No, that's terrible. I could potentially push this whole... squish this part of the build in by one block. Cause yeah, that wouldn't really harm too much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, cause that'll make the build as a whole a lot easier. I could even still keep most of the stuff that I've done so far, it just would make the other stuff a bit easier. Okay, let's see. Tomorrow morning, bro, an anime I'm watching it right now is dropping episode 10. Very nice. Which anime is it, if you don't mind my curiosity? Let's see. I'm gonna be crucified if I say it here. Oh, God. Now I'm even more curious. It's a romance. Oh, no. I was hoping it would just be concerning, not that. It's... how could you? Also, Phantom. Since you were the last one here last night when I was working on this, as I said, I had to change for redstone for this whole mechanism. Yeah, I basically just completely... my brain was turned off by the end of last night's stream. I had done too much redstone, too much create stuff. And, what I was trying to do just was not working and was not gonna work. So I redesigned it. And this way it works a lot better, it works a lot easier. And, yeah. I'll probably test it again at some point soon. So you can see the final product of how that part works. Okay, for right now, we're gonna go ahead and... let's see, it's called I Made Friends with... Oh, yeah. What are you even watching, man? How could you? Don't play on the name, it's good. Sure. What happened to you, man? Who are you asking? That's the real question. Please don't knock it until you've tried it. See, I support that statement and that concept for food. But, I don't know, I feel like that concept is pretty knockable. If I do say so myself. For now, I'm gonna do that just for evenness. Yeah. Who are you saying yeah to? I'm so confused at this point. I love World Edit. Such a good mod slash plugin. So helpful. I built that wrong, that's not good. It has a score of 80 out of 100 people agree. 80 out of 100 people are wrong. Okay, I'm gonna switch this design around a bit. Let's get maybe some end rods or some copycat fences. Maybe a copycat wall. That one. Isn't that one about, like, people getting stuck in a video game? Or is that another one? Or not stuck in a video game, no. Just playing a bad-looking video game. Right? Blaze, what's worse? Romance anime or French anime? Probably romance, I'm gonna be real. However, there is a caveat. French French romance anime, not Roman, that's even worse. Demon Slayer, solo leveling. Okay, I think your tastes in anime are a bit less bad than others. I don't necessarily concur with those choices, but I'm trying to just come up with, like, some shaping up here. Because, yeah, once again, this type of roof, they generally kind of leave it kind of flat and then do some nonsense up on the top. And, yeah, I'm trying to just figure that out in my own way that works with this build. You hate Dragon Ball? Why do you hate Dragon Ball? Let's see. That's a valid reason to learn to hate an anime, I must admit. That's the only reason. Pokemon? Freaking love Pokemon. Phantom, have you ever watched Attack on Titan? That is one of the probably exclusively 2 animes that I would recommend to a person. You watch 1 episode. See, now you just gotta watch the rest of them. You're already like halfway there. Okay, the shaping is pretty nice. I definitely need more... Oh. You're wrong. Okay, yeah, maybe something like that, or maybe just a big window here. I'm not quite sure yet. Once again, the big issue is that I'm decorating this in a very weird, order, time-wise. And it's not helping the process all that much. Let's go slab. Quartz slab. Bro, I swear no one wants to give any anime a chance. No, to clarify, I am acting more anti-anime than I truly am, but I am still just as anti-romance anime than, or as I am, acting. But yeah, Pokemon, you gotta watch it. At least just like the first season, it's so good. It's a classic. Can't go wrong with it. Okay, so this is greatly unfortunate. This design does not line up, which is not good. Anti-romance is fair enough. In the end, it's all up to taste. Exactly. Okay, I want y'all's opinion. There's gonna be 2 options, as of right now. Once again, I'm gonna try to think of more designs for this. Option 1, for more depth and all that to this. We do a little quartz fence around the top. Doesn't look perfect, but it's still something extra that goes a bit higher. Option 2, a mix of quartz fence and quartz slabs, where it's a little more simple. Let's see, I've said this plenty, but I'll say it again. You can't say you're a big fan of something if you can't recognize its flaws. Exactly. Fully agree there. That actually looks fire. Thank you, Chess. Real question is, which one's better? Cause yeah. The big issue is that this alternating design will not line up. But I could probably find some way around that somehow. Wouldn't be too hard, I don't think. Could also potentially do a mix of both. I don't know. I think I'm going to divert this idea for right now, and I'm gonna start on doing this, because I do think that this will be a good idea. Because yeah, I do really like that and how the way this looks. Lanterns or fences, but add some deco to them. Yeah, as I said, there's going to be a lot more decoration to this whole build. I'm just trying to gauge shapes and then go for more smaller decorations. Lanterns or something? Yeah. That looks good. Thank you, Phantom. And then there's gonna be... I don't like the white. Well... should have said so early. But no, I see your point that the white isn't perfect. Especially with the more, like, regal looks up here. It almost kind of makes it look like it's supposed to be like a palace, which isn't quite the look I'm going for. I feel like it's an attempt to contrast, but it's been used too much. Okay, so, oh, yeah, that is fair. As I said, a lot of the reference images I'm looking at use a very bright white on all the bricks and all that. So I was trying it out because of that, but I do kind of agree with what you mean. The big issue is what to do instead of that, then. Okay. I am gonna go ahead and get rid of this for now. I'm not gonna get rid of it all, just the front part. So if I want to add it back, I can remember the design. Try something reddish brown, like a distinct reddish brown. I could try to mix in one of the other bricks, potentially. Because, yeah, there's this, like, actually red bricks. There's all sorts of different colorations. This one isn't too bad, honestly. Try mud bricks. I will say I don't think the mud bricks would do what I am wanting them to do. I can try them, but I don't think that kind of brown. Because the main thing is, I'm trying to also imagine how it would look with big windows in certain areas, like right there. And like vines and moss around the place, because once again, it's supposed to be kind of older and run down. So I'm thinking what goes well with vines and moss and stuff like that. And mud obviously does go well with that, but I don't know. Let me grab the mud and we shall see. I have to remember like 15 different click patterns. I'm sorry, chess. But yeah. Let's see. Mud brick stairs. Each one being 20 plus clicks. Yeah, that is insane. Packed mud I think could work, maybe because of its distinct pattern. That is a good point. Here. I think... And I'm thinking I could probably also do this as like some extra texture. Or something like this at the very least. It looks like something. I agree that it has its place, but I don't think this is it. Since it's from afar, I think it can work. That's a good point. Realistically, people are going to see it from the bottom. And it's not terrible. I do think that for right now, I'm going to go ahead and stop with this specific... Okay, that's too close to the brick color. But yeah, I was going to say I'm going to stop with this specific idea for right now. I think that's enough building and decor for today. And I'm going to get more into the puzzles, at least for now, and then we can come back to this in a little bit, potentially. Or I could start on the tower. What do y'all think, tower or the next room? Tower? Okay, good choice. Let's go ahead and keep going with the same blocks for now. And I think, ideally, we should probably go up to about here. Or maybe about here. And then, like, blend the roof in with this part. Power tower. What a term. I did just realize that this tower has an even center, which is not ideal, but I can work around it. You know, we're gonna figure it out. Let's go ahead and take that away. And then, yes, so a lot of these older houses tend to have the, like, cone roof for the tower area. And that's kind of what I'm thinking for this. I do need to, once again, figure out some way to make it have a one wide center to be able to do it really well. And I do have an idea for that. Pretty easy idea, frankly. So yeah, I'm gonna stop it at this level. Or, no, I'm gonna go down one more, actually. Because yeah, I don't want this to be absolutely massive. But it does look like the roof is generally the same color as the rest of the roof. So I'll probably use copycat stuff with this. I could have honestly probably just also used some sort of like dark brick for the roof. And I might still swap that out. Because yeah, potentially maybe like deep slate bricks, ash bricks, or what I think honestly might work the best. The dusk bricks, once again, could be pretty freaking nice for this area. Wizard Tower, pretty much. But yeah, so let's see, Wizard Tower. Let's see. Honestly, okay, wait. Real quick, do y'all think I should switch this entire roof to deep slate, ash... Okay, ash bricks are out of running. I don't think deep slate's in running. Do y'all think I should switch it to dusk bricks? Because frankly, the more I think about it, the more I am tempted. Because yeah, there's a lot of other options as well, which is good. 1 millisecond. Very nice, Phantom. Well done. The other thing with Dusk Bricks is that it gives a lot more options. Polished Blackstone. Let's see. I still think it's just a little too dark. I know I didn't specify that, but yeah, I think that's my main issue with it. But yeah, Polished Blackstone is goated. Okay, here, wait. Best way to figure it out. Let's go ahead and go up here. Where's Fawand at? There it is. Do that. Do that. / replace. Cyan terracotta with polished blackstone. Okay, yeah, that wouldn't be good. That would not work. I know it's still got the copycat stairs that didn't change yet, but that does not line up well on something like this. If it was the bricks, then maybe, but that's not it, man. / undo. Let's go create deco, dusk. Yeah, I think that works a lot better in my book. Someone just got a nuke. Very nice. Congrats to them. But yeah, and then the thing with the Dusk Bricks too, as I was saying, they have a lot more options that I could mix in too for extra texture. So we could have like some that are cracked, some that are mossy, some that are finally got competition. Ooh, very nice. And yeah, a lot more options with that. So I think that'll definitely be the play. Let's go ahead and get a wrench. And I'm gonna switch these copycat stairs real quick. Or actually, wait. I don't need copycat stairs anymore. Let me just get normal dusk stairs. Will this... Ooh. Or wait, no, these are all normal stairs. I don't think I'm using any more copycat stairs here. / replace. Create copycats. Copycat. Stairs with create deco. Dusk brick stairs. Oh, you know? It almost worked. Okay, I'll still have to play some mostly, but could be worse. Okay, not too bad. Let's see. Blaze, if YouTube let you give specific viewers free memberships, would I get one? The lowest tier. But no, probably. Yo, 8 people watching now. Welcome to the stream if you're new. Welcome back if you're not. Setting up a roof. I don't know why my brain paused when I tried to say that. But yeah, I do think that these bricks are probably the best as of right now for the roof itself. I kind of am liking this design, but I'm still gonna keep it, at least for right now, as this. Those blocks tweaking out into walls, PMO. Yeah, that's the only issue about using World Edit for copycat things. Okay, there we go. As I said, I'm gonna fix up the actual decorations of the roof soon, but for right now, I think that definitely looks a lot better. I'm in place, most of the perks are in the server, so you legitimately just could give people those roles. Kind of. That definitely could be an option, yeah. A lot of the perks would not quite work, since I wouldn't be able to do, like, members-only videos if I was to do that. Unless I just made them unlisted. But yeah. Does watching the ad all the way through give you slightly more money? I think so, yeah. Okay, yeah, now on to the tower. We gotta get a central block. So I'm thinking that should be pretty easy. But yeah, I think I just pretty much need to build the tower one block over. Like, I think it could just be that simple. Let me get some dusk brick stairs. Or not stairs, slabs. Chat just guessed my GPA. It's a great question. Like one, no more than two. Okay, I will say, I think I definitely do need to bring all of this up a block. Okay, wait. I'm trying to think of the best way to slope this a lot without it staying as a 2-block center. Blaze, what's your guess? I'm gonna guess, like... Okay, wait, is your cooking class included? Or is that just... How does that work? Yes, it's included. Okay, I'm gonna guess probably like... Solid 3. 3.0. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't think this is working. .82, very nice. That's impressive. I'm proud of you, Yeet. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that for now. And effectively, there's still 4 blocks. Which means that it's still an easy fix. I'm gonna go up more before I start fully fixing it, though. Okay, it's technically kind of got a 1-block center now. I'm working with... let's see. Who's gonna be in video for this escape room? That makes I'll just yell slurs while failing to it. The current plan would be the usual individuals. Good old Talented, Biscuit, and West, ideally. But then, depending on how these escape room ideas continue or go in the near future, as I do more of them, I might start doing more with other viewers. So in short, we'll see. Let's get the dusk brick walls. There we go. Okay. This is not great, I must admit. You know what I thought of earlier today? What did you think of chess? But yeah, while I wait for your response, this is not great, but it's better than I expected when I first saw that it was a a 2-block center. I do think I might just have to find some way. X-raying for tough until I got banned? What? What do you mean? Video idea that I might actually do. Fair enough. You should. Let's see. Yeah, this build definitely isn't, or this tower, I mean, definitely isn't like a work of art, but it's at least a little bit better than it probably could have been. And then bear in mind, obviously there will be more going down the tower itself, and all sorts of stuff with that. So hopefully it'll look a little bit better. Oh my god, I just got a horrid escape building idea. What is it? But yeah, for now, I'm gonna chalk this up to it could be worse. I think that's the best I can say about it for now. Check DMs, it's that bad. Oh no. That's an idea of all time right there. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing that idea, but well, I guess time will tell. I don't think that would be a great idea, frankly. Alright, let's see, how did I do it over here? Like that, I think? Yeah. Okay, I don't think that's for play. Yeah, I'll see about decorating it as time goes on. But for now, we've got the shape. And you literally have to escape it before it collapses. Oh god. I could do something kind of similar without it being as offensive, considering the physics in Create Aeronautics. I could make like an escape Jenga tower. Yo, Egg in chat, how are you doing tonight? Long time no see. We're building an escape room. Is it related to towers? You might be right on that guess, Chess. But yeah. I think that's honestly coming together pretty alright. I'm still really trying to imagine all the extra shaping and stuff that will happen on the outside by the time it's done. Because as of right now, it looks so flat and so bad. But assuming all the stuff that'll be on the outside, it's looking pretty good. And I am thinking I'm starting to like the copycat fence with the quartz slab a little bit more and more. Which is a little unfortunate because that was the method that was going to be kind of difficult. But we're going to make it work. We got to. Blaze, do that escape room idea and private only. Server exclusive. That's definitely also an idea. You know, I could just start it there, but that would look kind of dumb. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna switch up the pattern on this side. And then we can get rid of all this fence. Watch it not line up again just because of the tower roof or something, for some reason. Okay, it lines up, good. Also, 10 people watching. Welcome to the stream if you're new. Welcome back if you're not. It's definitely more of a building stream than the other ones have been so far. But I'm having a good time with it. It's going well. Let's go ahead and finish wrapping this design around. I do think I'm going to stick with the white, because especially with all the tower now, and I don't know, I like it. As I was saying, I think more things being added on over time are going to make it a little less aggressive of a color choice. These really precise copycat blocks are so nice to have, but such a pain to use. You know? Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Let's see, I think I'm gonna go sleep, I'm tired. Have a great night, Chess. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Hope to see you again next time. Cause yeah, honestly, this build is getting pretty close to being done, I think. Like, the more time-intensive parts of the build are basically done, I think. There's a good amount more puzzles to be done still. Can't forget that. But aside from that, let's see. I hate that those mini blocks are called bytes. Same. I've done Slayers for like 4 hours now. Egg, how much have you progressed in fishing? Like, with the new update? Okay, how would this look? And then maybe a little bit more. Debatable. I'm gonna leave it and see what I think. They should be called bits, not bytes. Agreed. That sounds boring. Yeah, fishing is quite boring, I must agree. Okay. Let's see. right now I'm gonna also go ahead and do this. And we're gonna see how it looks. This is really just a lot of guesswork at this point. Okay, I do think that kind of works. None of this is perfect, that's for sure, but some of it's better than others. For now, I'm gonna get rid of that, actually. I know I just said I wasn't going to yet, but changed my mind. And later on in the build, I might try again to do some, like, bands going up and down. I'm now a third of the way done. With, what, Slayers? Very nice. Well done. For right now, I'm also going to go ahead and put this stuff back so that we can get a whole view of the roof and see kind of how it looks. Okay, there we go. And then once again, I can add more stuff. Let's see. Yeah, boring though. Fair enough. When I get back to Skyblock, all I'm doing is farming in dungeons to ease back in. Fair enough, that's kind of what I've been doing with fishing. Let's see. Yo, Flash Facto in the chat. How's it going? Noob, whatever you're making, I don't like it. Well, can't help that. If you have the guts, play in a creative mood and show us by making... You know, I don't even know what you're asking for, in all honesty. What happened, bro? Are you scared? What should you reply? That's a good question. What should I reply? Frankly, I don't know. You've outdone me. This battle of wits, I have lost. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do some copycat fences around here for some extra texture as well. And then, let's see. Blaze, check screenshots. Oh! that part didn't show up on my end. That's great. Yo, welcome back, Phantom. Where'd you go, if you don't mind my curiosity? Flash, get out of here. But yeah, I'm really liking the, like, stripes of the quartz. The more and more I look at it. Wait, Blaze, I know how you should respond. Yep, that is Barry Allen himself. Is that a Flash advertising reference? It's such a... I don't even know why I named it that. If I remember right, the main reason I named it that was genuinely just because I was seeing advertising servers named pretty much anything I could think of, and I didn't want to take another server's name. So I just went with it, and that's the backstory of the server. I just was like, okay, I'm gonna make an advertising server. This is gonna be cool. It's gonna be the method, you know? Because basically, and I'm gonna let y'all in on this little fun fact. The idea pretty much was that I would make the advertising server, get a bunch of people in it, and then use that to advertise my own channel. Or not even advertise, just like have a bot that would always put it at the bottom of the advertising channel or something. To play War Thunder. W backstory. Exactly, it really is. But yeah. So I just basically was intending on, pretty much just forcing people to see my channel was the general idea. I just realized, are these from different mods? Yeah, they are. Have fun. Okay, yeah, I think I'm done with this part for now. I might do the bands around the tower. I might do some other stuff, but I think the roof is good for now. Now, the next thing that I kind of want to focus on is I kind of want to do the chimney. I'm not going to do everything for the chimney yet, but I do think it would be beneficial to kind of just get the shape going a bit more, you know? And then, yeah, at some point, if I don't set it up right now, at some point I'll add smoke coming out the top of it. Who knows, maybe that'll be how the person who goes up to the attic will get down. You just gotta jump down the chimney. Now let's get some pots. People always tend to line the tops of chimneys with flower pots. You ever notice that in this game? I don't really know why. It's not a bad design, it's just... never quite understood it. Let's get some... Santa reference? You know? Maybe. Maybe I'll have a setup of dispensers that put dyed red and white armor on them, and then they have to jump down the chimney. What an idea, honestly. Let's see, I could add some sideways slabs, I'm sure. Where is Copycat Slab? If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of trying to make this also seem a little worn down. Okay, I think that kind of... it's a solid shape. Let's go ahead and get... let's see, does any of this actually produce smoke? Ooh. Okay, that's not bad. That also produces smoke. Okay, it's producing the smoke pretty fast, but I really am liking the way that it's working. Yeah, like the old broken down house look, kinda. Exactly. But yeah, I think... let me try with some other dyes and see maybe gray and light gray, see if these look any better. I feel like that looks more like a chimney kind of smoke, you know? I feel like that's a bit more fitting. And then let's see light gray. That's nice, but I definitely think the normal gray was my preferred one for this. I could mix them, to be fair, but I don't really want to do that. Okay, yeah, this place is looking pretty goated. I'm gonna add more on this side as well, but for now, it's looking good. Now, the biggest issue is that I no longer have an easy way inside. So I'm gonna have to break in every time I want in. But this does give me a great opportunity to finally work on the roof. Or not the roof, why am I saying the roof? On the lighting on the inside of this place. Now, some places, such as this one, are not going to have lighting. I've turned mob spawning off, so it won't really put the player in any extra danger. But it will add to the spookiness, you know. But other rooms, like the kitchen, should probably have light. Might be a good idea. Let's go ahead and do... like that. Okay. Now, we know how dark it is in here. And we need to figure out how best to light that up. Right now I'm thinking we've got a couple of options. We could do a lamp. We could do another brass lamp. Another light bulb. Because, yeah, a light bulb right there. Or maybe, like, right there. Should honestly be enough. Yeah, I feel like this is a good amount of light for it to be kind of slightly unsettling, but still work. I feel like the brass lamp looks nice, but I prefer the normal light bulb. The last thing I want to check... I'm just going to place it right there just to... Oh, it needs power. Okay, that's not even an option then. Okay, normal light bulb it is. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. And then let's see, we're gonna go back down to here. This room's got plenty of light, as long as these are on. If not, a little bit dark. Which, speaking of, I should probably keep those off for when someone actually plays this. Or I'll keep those on for now, actually, never mind. And yeah, I think that seems like good lighting. Now we're gonna break in to this area. Once again, this specific area is supposed to be as dark as possible, pretty much. And then I think my best bet, honestly, might just be to fill this with dark oak planks. And work from there, instead of only doing the specific places that I need. So that's what I'm gonna do. Dark oak planks, 100. There we go. It's a little annoying, but it covers up this area too. Maybe I'll take care of that real quick. Because yeah, the tower's gonna be its own thing, most likely. So yeah, we'll just kind of have that on its own for now. Maybe I'll have some use for the chimney on this side. Maybe there will be like a fire. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add an extra level of bricks around the corner, because that seems to be letting some light in. Okay. Sorry this is such a dark part of a stream. Let's go ahead and place one of these real quick. That'll help. Okay, I think step 1 is deciding, do I want an actual window here? Or do I want to have a visual window? And by that I mean, I could do a window that isn't usable from the inside, but is from the outside. So, for example, let me get some, like, let's go white stained glass. And potentially, I could just do something kind of like... And then trapdoors. Not exactly this, but something kind of like that. Chat is emptier than Blaze's brain. I don't know, that's a low bar, man. That's a very low bar. But yeah, I think something like this, especially if I was to put a darker block behind the glass, could help it to look like it's more visible than it is, and then still keep the inside dark and kind of spooky. So I'm thinking I might do something like that as of right now. Slab on top. Yeah, as I was saying, that whole build was demonstration and basically nothing else. Okay, I'm gonna build one more block down on this just so it's cohesive. And then, yeah, I think I definitely won't have a real window here. It would be kind of nice, or wait. Tinted glass is a thing. I always forget that it's a thing, but it is a thing. So if I was to do basically that same build that I just did, except use tinted glass behind it. Wait, let's do that. The white glass behind, in front of it. Okay, that looks a lot better from down here. Bro, I gotta just crunch on my video essay for media, bro. Have fun with that. That sounds rough. Okay, I think this is honestly kind of perfect, yeah. Yeah, let's see in it. No light, but you can see out. I think that looks perfect. Tinted glass is underrated. I mean, I literally forgot it existed. And then I guess I'll just place the rest of this like that. So that is one thick window. Like, I don't usually build that thick of walls. Dang. This place would be durable. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just build this the rest of the way up now. Because I want this place to be enclosed, so I know exactly where I want things to go and how much room I'll have. I also am gonna be completely honest, I have absolutely no idea. It's underrated because it's made with amethyst? Exactly. I have absolutely no idea what kind of puzzle or anything to put in here. So that's a little concerning. Not quite sure what to do for that. Here, let's grab the light bulb. How does this whole setup look if I do the light bulb there? Because I feel like that's the place that makes the most sense. And as long as it's off from the start, it doesn't mess with anything down here. And then, like, if I want to go back, then makes it a little brighter in here, but still doesn't change too much. And then I could probably just enclose the entire staircase area, pretty much. So yeah, let's do that. And then I could probably just do this, pretty much. And then only let them have a small amount of area and maybe have to open doors, or find secret doors, I should say, to find their way through. And then maybe, like, right around here, you have to, make your way through. Oh yeah, okay, that would be perfect then. Okay, it's all coming together now. It is all coming together now, the ideas are flowing. The player who comes up here we go. Here's the lore, okay. I don't have a build idea for it yet, but here's the lore. They're gonna come up here. There's gonna be some sort of puzzle, some maze, something like that, where they're gonna have to get out. And then they're gonna go through a maze kind of place or something, just somewhere where it's difficult to get around. And then finally, where they're going to end up that brings them down to the other person is going to be straight down here. Exactly the path that the other player will be taking. And then that's going to take them to some sort of downstairs, like, basement dungeon place, as I was saying last night. And we're going to go from there. And then it kind of fits with the build too, because there will just be like a broken ladder. And that's how the person can get down, but the other person won't be able to get up to follow. Okay, yeah, I think that's absolutely perfect. I'm a big fan of this build, if y'all couldn't tell. Because yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I've only just recently been getting better with the crate mod, and also decided to actually do this idea. And yeah. I think that the next puzzle should involve liquid. I don't exactly know how, but I think it should. Like for example, maybe I can have a fluid tank set up, and then they have to do something at a very specific timing or something, maybe? There's so many options for what I could do here. Ooh! Okay, I just had another idea. I don't know how to explain said idea yet, but I will when the time comes. For now, though, I think that I'm going to need a, where is it? Clipboard. There we go. And then what we can do is, and hear me out here, I'm gonna make this one block higher. Let's see, I don't think this will be a great idea, but I'm gonna test it and see how it looks. Maybe a bit later into this area, but that doesn't work for right here, for sure. Okay, let's see. Okay, I have a pretty much perfect idea right now. 10 out of 10 idea. Chain. Let's go with a brass train conveyor. Seems a bit more fitting. And then here's what we're gonna do, okay? It would be kind of fun if I could make this flicker. I definitely could, but then if they right-click it, it just would stay on. Okay, wait, I'm gonna bring this wall back by, like, 2 blocks. And then... Okay, yes, so we're gonna have some sort of door here. This part's going to be really easy. Nothing too difficult about this part. It's the part after it's the part after it that's gonna be difficult. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have all sorts of different colors of valves, that's good. Fluid valve. Yo, Luminous, how are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I know I asked that already, but still. Here, let me get some dusk brick stairs. Because I just had the idea, how would this look? Still gives good visibility, but it kind of makes it a little more cramped in here, which is good. Now, how exactly do you use this again? I know how you use it, but I forget if you need... Okay, yeah. Just as I thought. Now, how do I actually want to go about doing this? Let's see, it's hard to think that people usually work from 9 to 5 and I have school from 8 to 5 today. Yeah, that's always rough, I'm sorry about that. School is a wild concept when you think about it like that. Like the timing. Okay, I don't need those, I don't need those. I do need those. I'm just gonna toss everything that I don't need right now down here. Luckily I have technology. That is a W, I agree. Okay. I need fluid pipe, mechanical pump. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have a fluid tank up here. Or... no, yeah, I'm gonna have a fluid tank right here. I'm gonna have... this. I'm gonna have this at like a really low degree. so that they either have to figure it out on their own or turn it like 90 times. And then... Here, wait. Wait. I'm thinking. I'm trying to have ideas. Let me get a wrench. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted it to do. Now I am going to have to expand this room again real quick. Let's see, I've never tested this before. Okay, yeah, it turns the flywheel. That's entirely unnecessary, but it's still kind of fun. Let's see. Ooh, you can. I forgot you can encase pipes. Let's see, I just realized Create has decimals for SU. Huh, I guess it does. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make this go this way, so they'll have to at least figure out that you have to shift. I could also switch this to be a gear, then have another gear up here with a flywheel on it, so it's a little more visible. But anyway, here we go, we're gonna have a pump. We're gonna have this going. We're gonna make it go slow. Fluid tank there. And then let's go for a smart observer. Where is the smart observer? There it is. That should work for what I'm trying to do. I'm going to design a tree farm. Great choice. But yeah, this should be able to hopefully check if there ends up being fluid in here. I guess the one way to check would be, let's get a redstone or a redstone lamp, and then let's get a bucket. Okay, it'll do what I need to be done. I need infinite fuel for a steam engine. Fair enough. Gotta love a good steam engine. This is completely unnecessary, but it just, it just adds to the experience. Because once again, I want this place to be kinda wacky. That's rundown, wacky. There's a lot of ideas for this build. But yeah, then I'm thinking how I want to do the actual door now. We've got room down there, yeah. Okay. Easy option, let's go... Creative motor. Sequenced gear shift, my beloved. And then mechanical bearing. And then let's get some glue going. Okay, yeah, so turn by angle 90. Wait, new redstone pulse. And then turn back. Why does the molten cast iron look like baked beans? But yeah, I'm almost kind of tempted... What does this look like? I think the cast iron's better. Perfect. Now, we're going to go ahead and put that there. Put a piece of redstone dust here. No use in using up a, whatchamacallit. No use using up one of the, redstone links. That's the term I'm looking for. And then, I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is at least mostly full. That looks good. And it doesn't cause any light, which is nice. It'd be really funny if someone didn't notice the light. But yeah, so then, if that happens, okay. I might not be understanding this correctly. One moment. Okay, I guess I am gonna use a redstone link. This smart observer is not making sense to me. I might be a little dumb, but this doesn't seem like this is how it's supposed to work. Hmm. I think I might just be dumb. Let's say by chance here that oops. Okay, so that goes down. Take away the power. Okay, so it just was powering itself. Cool. I'm glad that was a simple fix. Okay, so yeah, I can decorate this room a little bit more, add maybe some like boxes there, an armor stand, whatnot. But that should be pretty good. I could potentially. Okay, wait, I need to test something. What's up, Yeet? Just made a tree farm in creative, very nice. Okay, wait, will this raffle of the centuries in a month? Gotta go eat. Sounds good, Luminous. In a month? I'm assuming you mean in Skyblock. Okay, so this shouldn't burn anything, because I don't have fire spread on. Yes, in Skyblock? Okay, I had to assume, so that's W. It really is. Hopefully this is a good event. You know, sheep, you're gonna be the test. Okay, so sitting in molten cast iron doesn't hurt. Cool. Would have expected it to. I'm gonna lock in this raffle. You should. Potentially I could make something so that once they step up here, they can't go back down. Wouldn't be that difficult. Watch me get a Necron's ladder, hopefully. I'm not sure what I want to do for this. I'm gonna be honest. Because I was thinking I could potentially have it where once you start this, it would overflow onto the person. Okay, so in theory this should flood the room with molten cast iron, which they'll see if they're looking around and hopefully get scared, but it shouldn't actually kill them, which is kinda annoying, but you do what you gotta do. Now, I'm gonna make all these see-through so they'll be able to see their impending doom. And then I do think I should try to do something where it will close this. W Blaze for flooding molten cast iron on people? I agree. Okay, what would be the easiest way to make it so they can't leave? Technically, you can still get down like that, so potentially... Okay, wait, no. All I need to do is just push this out by 2 blocks. Which is not that hard, thanks to the Create mod. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and super glue. Killing reviewers, I'd have a whole lot of molten cast iron on me right now. It's kind of an interesting way to say it, but fair enough. But yeah, as I said, it probably won't kill anyone, but still gonna scare them, hopefully. Like, imagine coming up here, and you see this, and you look at it, and it's just molten cast iron. You flick the light, and you just see, oh, there's this tube going. And you're like, oh, okay. You start turning it, and it just... You just see it going. Which, speaking of, to add to that aspect, I'm gonna add a delay to this. Of... Let's do like 3 seconds. There we go. Can you crack the molten cast iron? Probably once it isn't molten anymore, it would crack. But I hate to say it, but I don't think that's quite what you were meaning. Okay, we're gonna have another sequenced gear shaft here. We're gonna have the creative motor. And we're going to push by 2 meters. And then we're gonna wait a new redstone pulse and bring it back by 2 meters. I don't really want to have the toggleable aspect, but I think it's going to be important. Anyways, Blaze, What's up? Also 7 people watching, welcome to the stream if you're new, welcome back if you're new. I said that wrong, but I'm gonna go with it. Other than West Biscuit or Tal, who is your favorite viewer? See, now you've asked that a few times, and I still don't really have an answer. Even including them, I don't really have an answer. I'm like one of those parents that's like, I don't have a favorite child. Hello everyone, my name is Welcome Type Mistake. What? Ooh, okay, that's actually pretty much perfect. Okay, underneath here, I'm gonna have sticky mechanical piston and piston extension pole. And I'll throw another cobweb or two right there. So hopefully no one should see that. And then we put a couple of pressure plates right there. Seven people watching the stream, welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're new. Exactly. It's the new saying. That's how I'm gonna say it from now on. Okay. We're gonna pretend that I'm just coming up here, okay? Here, I'm gonna turn off the light. Make it all as it would be. And hopefully this shouldn't break anything. Okay, and then you got no way to go back. Until you step on the pressure plates again. Maybe I shouldn't have it toggleable. That kinda ruins the purpose. I could do a similar system to what I did at the very bottom, but I don't think that would really be worth doing. Because, yeah, since I have it going so fast, if someone comes up here, they're not leaving before that can actually go forward. So then you're stuck in here. You turn on the light, you see what's going on. You turn this. And then let's see. Oh! It's slow. Okay, will it work? I don't think it will. I might have to set up a thing on the other side. Okay, let's go mechanical pump and creative gear motor. Oh, there's the door opening. Okay, yeah, I like that mechanism. Let's go ahead and grab a cog as well as a casing. Let's go with a andesite casing for this one. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and put that there. And then I don't really want to just have this here. So, I'm gonna redo this. It is a bit of a shame that this has to be done manually if you want to reset that. Oh, Blaze, you're so Portuguese. You're goddamn right. I don't know how. But I'm just gonna go with it. Okay. Now, this should work. What I am gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and reset the door. Yeah, don't question me ever, that's the wrong thing to do in general. Exactly. So yeah, you come in here, you're walking around, and you turn this, you see nothing's really happening. You shift, hopefully by now they should know to do that. And then, you see the molten cast iron going. And it's going, and it's going. And any moment now... There we go. Okay, that timing is actually perfect. Also, first place stolen, very nice. Told you you'd be able to do it. I believed. Let's go ahead and shut that off. Let's take care of that. Oh, it didn't even break the dark oak pressure plates. That is so perfect. Okay, so yeah, this room's just simply done then. Nice. Let me check something super quick. Blaze Win F7 streams. I feel like you bounce between not liking Skyblock and liking Skyblock very quickly. Gotta finish our unfinished business. You do make an alright point. Can't deny it. But still. Let's grab another light bulb. This is mainly for me to be able to see at this point. To be fair, if for that case I could probably just put torches, but either way. But I don't like how the game is played, that's so fair. Cannot deny that, or cannot disagree with that. Let's go ahead and get a lever. give yourself night vision? Nah, because I gotta be able to see the fact that it's dark, you know? That's a very important aspect to this. Okay, yeah, maybe I will give myself night vision for now. Had to give night vision. Let's go infinite for now. Okay, so basically, here's the plan. Alright? Hear me out here. I'm gonna block this roof section off just in case I want to put anything in there. Okay, wait, actually. Yo, Blaze, I gotta go now. Have a great rest of your night, Phantom. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and hope to see you again next time I do. Or next time I stream. I just had an idea. What if I go with a multiple choice sort of system? Like, here's what I'm thinking, okay? Let me finish this part, and then I'm gonna explain. Have a good day. Thank you. Look, you go to sleep too. Have a great rest of your night as well, Yeet. In that case, I think I'm gonna get a rough start to my idea, and then I'll probably end the stream there as well in that case. Let's see. Wait, let's see. Did not say go to sleep. Say it as the viewer says it. Nah. Okay, I can't have this breaking into the... Ooh. Let's see. Panel. I could use these. Trying to think of what would be the most intimidating to go over. I feel like it has to be the mechanical saws. Ooh, they are tall enough where you can jump out, though. That's not what I was hoping for. I could figure out a workaround for that. No big deal. Seriously, creative motors? Well, I'm not building it in survival. But no, this isn't necessarily meant to stray away from creative motors. It's just meant to be an escape room. So anything that can help with the size, fit more stuff into the same area is beneficial. Okay, I think I'm gonna have... I mean, why not make a steam engine to power it and make a room for it? You do make a good idea for that. Okay, here, wait. That's actually a really good idea, but not for this area, because this is so cramped. That might be the last room. Could be the people having to figure out a steam engine. That'd be a really fun idea, honestly. Like, having to figure out how to start it, or how to fix it or something, and then it opens the final door that lets you out. I'm gonna freaking write that down right now. That's an amazing idea. Make it big so it uses a lot of SU. Also an amazing idea. But yeah, as I was saying, I think I'm gonna go for like a pick which way you want to go type of situation for this. So we're gonna have this, and I'm gonna have like a little area where you can kind of stop, take a breather for a second. I'll bring it back by a tiny bit. And then over this whole area, there's gonna be crushing wheels, or saws, or something. Something deadly. I go ahead and switch that to right there. Make a builder's tea dispenser served by a mechanical arm. That'd be a cool thing for the very last room as well. Like, after you escape, that's kind of your reward. Okay, I'm gonna set this up like that. And yeah, so hopefully I'll probably try to make a sign somewhere saying to grab the wrench off the table. And then you just gotta grab on. And that won't quite work. Okay, cool. I'm gonna switch these for slabs. And then... because yeah, I'm trying to make it so that you can't just jump up if you fall off. But also you can just jump up from here anyway, so there's not much point. Okay, so that kind of messes up the design, but... should still work. Once I start going into here, I'll have a bit more room, which will be helpful. Okay, there we go. Now, this way... you won't be able to jump. Which will help quite a lot. I could even put this one more block... like right here. Because yeah, as I was saying, I kind of want to make this like a choose your adventure type moment right here. And you can either keep going, and you'll have the more dangerous route, but you will meet up with your ally sooner, but you won't know that until you come over here. Or you can come down here, and it's not going to seem as dangerous, but then it's going to be more dangerous. Or I could even do something where you have to choose to come down here, and then it's just completely crushing wheels and nothing else. And you just die immediately. A lot of options, a lot of good options. Okay, there we go. So basically, I'm just gonna keep these going out. And from here, they'll be powered somehow. Presumably, I'll just do the good old creative motors. The only thing is I'm not sure if these are going the right directions to be able to kill someone. Okay, so this should, by all means, kill anything that falls into it. Okay, maybe not, I guess. Or, wait, it'll be over there. Okay, so I should probably do one... Okay, I see what I gotta do. And to clarify, this will kill things, right? Yes, it will. Perfect. Oh, no. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, what I was gonna do... I'm gonna go ahead and speed these up for sure. That's a given. Okay, so now they die instantly. And it is just a... It's just carnage. Okay, for these, I was gonna say I'll do one pair of them in the middle, and then saws on the outside or something like that. Because yeah, right here is where you would potentially fall off. Okay, so now, should something fall in here, it will pretty sufficiently be destroyed. No doubt about that. Okay, and then yeah, I'll set up something over here. I might even just go full saws over here, honestly, considering how effective they are. Like, that's such a satisfying noise. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I think we've done a ton today on the house, or on the escape room, I should say. Tons of progress. We got the chimney, we got the roof, we got the first actual window. Tons of stuff done. Massive progress. And I will try to stream again either tomorrow night or the next. So, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, everyone, and goodbye.